guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. We're here at Motorbella in Pontiac, Michigan at the M1 Concourse, and guess what? Lots of unveils happening. One that a lot of people have been waiting for is what's next to me. This is the refresh, updated, changed up 2022 Ford Expedition. But before we get into this very full-size SUV, let's talk about what's going on here. Ford, obviously doing the business for many decades. Many variety of vehicles, trucks, the Mustang, the Ford GT. The Expedition is that full-size SUV. Now, when you look at the competition, we're talking about the likes of the new Jeep Wagoneer, the Chevrolet Tahoe, maybe even a Suburban. But what's interesting is that for 2022, they decided to make some changes, not only to the exterior, but also to the interior. Now, the one that I'm standing next to actually brings some extra goodies when it comes to style and performance. But what I want to really find out with this, has Ford done enough to really up the level of their game against the competition in this full-size SUV segment? So let's go ahead. We've covered all the different vehicles in Ford's lineup, from the Explorer to obviously the EcoSport and everything in between. Let's dive into this 2022 Expedition and find out what's going on. Right off the bat, the color. Absolutely love the style. Now, this is called Stealth Performance Package. The Stealth Performance Package actually brings some aesthetics that are going to separate it from the rest of the pack. When you start at the front of the business, what do we have? We have a totally refreshed, redesigned LED headlight setup. Love the way they went a little bit smaller with the headlight housing. You can see how with that Stealth package, obviously bring in some of those black accents. Loving the LED daytime running lamps. It really gives this a cleaner, sharper style at the front end of the business. Now, as we drop down, what do we have? LED fog lamps. We have some functional side air curtains, a little bit of flat black, and just a little bit of gloss black, but with this very dark metallic gray color, really pops nicely. Now, as we come across that center section, of course, you got that iconic badging. Normally we say the blue oval, but we have that blacked out Ford oval, forward-facing camera, some horizontal bars. Everything is functional, and I really think it's nice to have the gloss black, super clean, working your way down, a little bit more functionality. And then to top it off, the great news is we have some tow hooks. So if you see a Tahoe, if you see a Wagoneer stuck, you could definitely pull it out with this vehicle. Now, when you get up onto the big, massive hood, you're gonna have that Expedition badge. Nice the way they match all of the badging with the color, and then clean body style on the hood. Very bold, but without being too aggressive. Now, when we come around the bend is where you're gonna see some of the biggest changes for this Stealth Performance Package, and it's right there, wheel and tire setup. So what do you have? This multi-spoke design. I like the way they put some intricate detail into it. Machined aluminum all the way around the exterior. This is a 22-inch wheel, 285 on the width, 45 series sidewall, and you'll notice those bright red painted calipers. Give it a nice pop from behind that wheel. Larger rotors, fully ventilated, and then of course the suspension has been retuned for a sport style. Obviously this is not a RS or an ST as some people thought it was going to be, but it is being called a Stealth Performance Package. Definitely looking good from the side. Now, what I love is there's no flat black. Everything is going to be painted that nice metallic gray. And as we come down the side, what other features do we have? We have gloss black on the mirror caps. Loving the turn signals built in. They just did the bright shiny metalwork on the bottom. Now, what I would have liked to have seen is dark chrome finish. So I am going to zonk that, but it's only on the bottom, not on the top. Now, speaking of the bottom, open up the door. What do we have? Those electric dropping running boards. Nice and clean, nice and wide. Those are going to pull back up with just a little bit of gloss black, and it's going to help that ease of getting in and out, but also look good once they retract back up. Now, up top, you are going to have that flat black roof rail with the crossbars. You could use that for kayaking, use that for bikes, whatever you got, whatever you need. Coming towards the rear, love the way it's all color match. Super size on that rear glass window. That's going to let light in for those third row passengers. And then finishing out back, just like we started with the front, we got a little bit of a refresh going on. So we have some LED taillights, nice C-shaped design with those turn signals built in. We have gloss black across the center, the Expedition badge, the Ford badge, and of course that rear wiper. I am gonna zonk it. It would be nice to tuck that in and just clean up the rear glass. But as we drop down, super clean. You do have dual exhaust exiting on one side, the gloss black with a cover. Of course, you're going to be able to tow with this, but why don't we go ahead, let's see if we could pop the hood and see what's powering this particular Expedition. All right, guys, we got the hood popped. You do have hydraulic hood struts. Now, looking at the competition, of course, many of them have V8 options. This one, you may think that because it doesn't have a V8, it may be lacking, but let me give you the lowdown on the numbers. What you're looking at is that 3.5 liter EcoBoost engine. Remember, when we say EcoBoost, we're talking about a twin turbo V6, 440 horsepower, 510 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to a slick shifting 10-speed automatic transmission. 0 to 60 in this vehicle in about 5 seconds. Towing capacity 9,300 pounds. The great news is there may also be an upcoming Timberland trim that's going to give you some extra off-road capability, including ground clearance of 10.6 inches. Me personally, I don't mind when you open up the hood and you get to see the engine instead of some big plastic cover. But why don't we go ahead, let's get to the interior and see what are the big things that are in store for 2022. All right, guys, we're inside this 2022 Ford Expedition with the Stealth Performance Package. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, how much is this? Well, no official pricing is released yet, but expect it to be close to the current Ford Expedition pricing range. But let's see what you get for the money. To the door panels, absolutely love the style. That nice soft touch material, the red stitching pops super clean. Great style, even by the armrest. That little bit of silver trim. We got the Bang & Olufsen sound system, 22 speakers in this Ford Expedition, and a door pocket that is easily large enough to fit 4 Chipotle burritos with extra guac. Going from the door panel to the dash, same story. That nice red stitching just pops. I'm really digging what they did with the design. Instead of putting like faux carbon fiber or something like that, it's got this great style that just really pops. Obviously, you open this up, put about a baker's dozen worth of Twinkies in there. Real easy stitch work. 12 volt, that's easy to get to. And then here is the big news, taken right from the Mach-E. That is that over 15-inch infotainment system. Obviously, touchscreen capability, very intuitive, wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. It's got all of the features, and it's actually cleanly integrated, probably one of the cleanest integrations of this massive size infotainment. You got your AC controls, dual climate, heated seats, but no ventilated seats. I am gonna zonk that. I wish that this did have ventilated seats, at least on this trim. And then, of course, down below, you have a series of buttons. We could open up door number 1, slide that open. We got wireless charging, USB-C and USB. And because we have wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto, it's nice to have that wireless charging as well. Down below on the side, you got a banana holder. So if you're trying to watch the calories and staying away from the Twinkies, put a banana in there, open this up. We got our 2 cup holders, your traditional Ford key fob, nothing wrong with that. Remote start. Very nicely done. This is going to control, of course, the 10-speed automatic. You got your different drive mode selections, which I'll show you when you come to the business end. Soft touch. Open this up. I hope you have your Tom Brady signed football, because you could put 2 of them in there. And there's a 12 volt to keep them warm. Close it up. Seats, same story. The black with the red stitching. The red just makes it come alive. Full electric assist for the passenger and the driver. And I got a panoramic sunroof the size of a skyscraper. But why don't you come over to the business end? I want to show you behind a 12.3-inch digital display in this Expedition. Guys, behind the wheel, we got 3 memory seat settings. And let me show you, of course, you're going to have that ease of comfort with the electric adjusting foot box with the pedals that move forward and backward to get that perfect placement for you. We have the seat controls, easy to get to for that driver's seat. Do that lower lumbar. Ooh, that feels good. Steering wheel, nice, thick, leather wrapped with the red stitching. Even the way they did the finishes, it really elevates the quality. The one thing I would have liked changed is some stitching on the horn button. Some red stitching on the horn button would have been the cherry on top of this sundae. We do have an electric tilting and telescoping steering wheel. And then you wanted 12 inches, there is your 12 inches. 12.3-inch digital display. You could go through your different modes. Look at that, there's our Expedition changing color as we go through the different modes. Look at that trailer. What are we gonna put in that trailer? Cases of Twinkies, of course. Nice setup, but why don't we go ahead, let's get to that mid-row and see how your passengers are gonna enjoy this Expedition. Right, guys, mid-row time, and this is where your passengers are gonna really enjoy how they are riding down the road. One of the big benefits, these captain's chairs, have the armrest that I've been living for. Nice and wide for an actual arm. Flip up out of the way. You got plenty of space in here. Put a couple Frisbees, put a Simon Speak and Say. Just drop it right in there for your family road trip. Open it up, what do we have? More connectivity than Circuit City. You got USB-C, USB, and your rear AC, heated seats, and a Twinkie tray, and a 12 volt. So they got you covered big time here at Ford. Seats can slide. Seats can also recline. And then normally we would get into the back seat, but I just want to showcase what that third row is going to be looking like. Moving this out of the way, we got one hand, easy peasy lemon squeezy. We got adjustable rear seats and USBs back here, cup holders, Skittles trays, and a nacho tray as well. Plus, they did not skimp on the red stitching even for the third row. But why don't we go ahead? This is large and in charge. Let's get into that cargo space. All right, guys, time to get into the rear cargo area. Now, what's really cool is that you actually have two different ways to open up the back. You could just lift the rear glass. Say you're at a soccer game and your kids forget their shin pads, shin guards, you could get those real easy. Close that up. The other way, obviously hit that button, nice electric assist. And you can see even with the third row up, you're gonna get plenty of cargo room. Now you can lift this up, have a little bit of storage for those road trip snacks, which is gonna be a huge benefit. And then you have all of your controls back here to raise and lower those seats. So you're just gonna hit the button. And what's really nice is it's all electric assist and it just slides down very, very cleanly. Now, I'm gonna leave that one up just to show you how much space you're actually creating by putting those seats down. You fold down the mid row, you're looking at over 100 cubic feet of space. That's what's gonna make this the ultimate family hauler. Obviously, we wanna do some on throttle. Stay tuned because it will be coming, but we're at Motorbella and we need to wrap this one up. All right, guys, it's been a crazy day here at Motorbella. I definitely want to thank Rhonda and the rest of the crew for getting us access to this refresh 2022 Ford Expedition Stealth Performance Package. Let me know what you think about it. Has Ford done enough? Is this truly a performance SUV? Is it step up to the competition? Put those in the comment section. If you're new to the channel though and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raity's Rise family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you in the channel, click the link, get yourself some Raity's Rise merch. Got to give it up to the queen of the camera, working it like a champ. Thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.